Hi, welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today I thought it would be good to talk through my March TBR, the books that I want to get through this month. I have quite a few. A lot of them are part of series, but I'm just going to include the first book because I do want to break up series. At the moment it seems like I'm just reading one fantasy series and it lasts me like a whole month. So this month pretty much all I've been reading is Lord of the Rings. So once I finish that, I do want to get to a couple more different books and split them up. I've also tried to put in some books that aren't fantasy because I have been on a fantasy kick recently. So I have got some classics in here and then also some Japanese literature, which I'm really excited about. So let's get into it. So the first book that I want to read after I finish The Lord of the Rings, which I'm about 50% of the way through the last book, so The Return of the King. I'm almost done with it, which is really exciting and I am really enjoying it. But I cannot wait to get to Emma by Jane Austen. I recently watched the new film that came out and it was fantastic. It was really lovely. This follows a young woman and she's kind of a matchmaker to her friends, but she doesn't give herself enough time to love anyone. She has got close friendships and relationships with people, but she hasn't had any romance in her life and she personally doesn't believe that she ever will. But this follows a story of maybe that changing a little bit and what happens when the courtships that she sets up don't go the way that she planned. So it's kind of like a coming of age, very romantic. I'm really excited to read it, even though it's quite a big one, and this edition is beautiful, so I can't wait to get to this. Smudge has decided to join us. I think she's just going to sit on the corner of the table, so I'm sorry if you can see her. She's going to sit over there now, so we can carry on. The next book that I want to read is Gifts by Ursula Le Guin. This is part of a fantasy trilogy. I did say there would be some fantasy in here, there's quite a lot. I have spoken about this one on my channel before, but it is a magical series and it follows two people who don't want to use their magic because it can be used for great evil. The magic that people can use varies in strength depending on who you've inherited it from, basically. So it is through your family that you gain magic. But after falling in love with Ursula, I'm really excited to read more by Ursula Le Guin. I do want to pick up some of her sci-fi books as well, but I haven't got any yet and I don't need to buy many more books. I've had a little bit of a splurge this month, which you'll see in my next video. I think I'm going to do a little haul. Yeah, I'll start with this trilogy, see if I love it as much as Ursula, and if I do, then I'll pick up some of the sci-fi and see how I get on with that. Yeah, that is Gifts. The next book that I would love to get to is The Travelling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Awakawa. This looks like it's just going to be a really nice wholesome read. I don't know too much about this, but I do know that there is a road trip involved in it and that it is a story of friendship and also solitude. So I'm very excited to get to this. This is a secondhand edition and someone did put a hot drink on it, so it's got a little stain on it. But I think that adds character to the books. I love secondhand books so much. So yeah, that's going to be one of my reads for March, hopefully. And then I would love to start on a series that got given to me at Christmas from my partner, and that is the A Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. This is the first one, A Game of Thrones. I've obviously watched the series, I think most people have, and I did enjoy the first couple of seasons. So I'm hoping to enjoy the books. I do also love how it's got the maps in the front, so that will give me a better idea of where everything is placed. Not that it was too confusing in the series anyway, but I don't know what it'll be like in the book, so hopefully this is a really fun read for me. I've been wanting to read it for a really long time, but it's a chunky series, so that's what's been putting me off. And that's why I figured I would split it up with some other books in between, and hopefully I can get through them a little bit quicker, and it doesn't feel like it's going on forever. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this one. If you have read that before, let me know down below your thoughts on it and whether you think I should read them quite close together or whether I should split them up. And then the final book that I would love to get to this month, I don't know if I will because I have got quite a few chunky books on my TBR for this month, but that is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I heard quite a lot about this as part of the Farseer trilogy, so I thought I would pick up the first one. I managed to get the other two in a book bundle from Facebook Marketplace. It was £4 for, I think there was about 12 books in there, and the second and third book were part of that bundle. So I picked this one up from World Books because it's a second-hand one. I think it was about £5. It was really cheap. And yeah, it's like an Assassin's Apprentice story. It follows a character that has been cast away, but they have a magical link with animals. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm very excited about it. Anything fantasy based, you probably know by now that I love. So I am super happy about this. I also love this kind of vintage looking cover. I love when books look like this. My Lord of the Rings book looks similar. And I really appreciate the way that books like this look. So I am very, very excited about this one. This will probably come after the first book of Game of Thrones, I think, because again, it is quite chunky. And I feel like after Game of Thrones, I'm going to want to read so much fantasy. So I think that will be the last book that I pick up this month, if I can get to it. Hopefully I can, if not, it will be next month. So they're all the books that I would love to read in March. Let me know down below which ones you are excited for. But I also have a really exciting announcement. So I am now an affiliate for Blackwell's Books, which is a UK-based company, and they offer free shipping on orders within the UK. And they sell loads and loads of new books. Every time that I've used them in the past, I have been super impressed with the speed of the delivery, the service. The books are always in perfect condition and the prices are really good as well. So if you are looking for an alternative to bigger companies like Amazon, I definitely recommend Blackwell's. I am not sponsored by them. All of my opinions are my own. I am not paid to say anything. The only thing that I will get a small commission for is if you click the link down in the description. I will get a very, very small commission if you purchase something after clicking that link from Blackwell's website. So full disclosure, but I thought it would be a great way to support a company that I really believe in and that I use anyway. And that just means that I get a little bit of support to keep making these videos and keep up with my book spending habits. If you don't want to use my link, you can just visit their website separately and then I won't receive a commission from it. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. I got the email yesterday and I thought I was going to cry. I was so happy. I will have a little book haul coming in my next video, which will be Sunday. I think my schedule, which has been this so far, will be Wednesdays and Sundays. If it's going to change, I'll let you know. But I feel like I'm really in the groove of this now and I love making videos. I have so many ideas of videos that I want to make. But if you have more ideas for what you want to see from me, then leave them down below in the comments. And we can have a little chat about the books that I mentioned as well. If you've read any of them or if you want to read any of them, let me know. And I will also leave my Instagram in my description as I usually do. Yeah, thank you for joining me today and I hope you have a really lovely rest of your day and I will see you again soon. Bye!